ブラザー、早くしなさい。オーケー。Let's go!
I'm up here.
Everybody sit down.
Greetings, Gunner.
I said sit down! Now, you know how I don't like to use the sit-down gun, but this morning we just don't have time for mucking about. Major Allied cities have come under attack
Nazis?
Close your mouth. All right, let's get straight to the biscuits. At 0800 hours this morning, an American soldier was eaten by a Nazi dinosaur.
That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, Claire, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Try thinking first before you open your mouth.
Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're getting back to doing some art, some sketch covers. But first, just another friendly reminder to all of you out there. Buy physical media. You know, get your copy of Azuric for the original Xbox in the mail today. Make sure you have your copy of Azuric for when the end times come. And then to watch it all burn down, make sure that you have your copy of Conspiracy Theory starring Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts. That's right. The head of Take-Two, Strauss Zelnick, said with Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, no physical edition, they are looking to get you into streaming and subscriptions and paying for subscriptions and digital streaming. Not ownership, subscriptions. You'll own nothing and be happy. What I'm here to tell you is you could own Azuric forever. You know what I'm saying? You could own Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts forever. In this space. You know what I'm saying? You can just play it on your Blu-ray player of choice. You know? How's everybody doing tonight? See people in the chat here. What's going on, Sumo? A1? K-pop? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? We got people rolling in here. How's everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? New Yorkistan. Damn. You know, I just think it's important that you own a copy of Conspiracy Theory. The reason why I purchased this copy of Conspiracy Theory, in case you're wondering, is that Noah wants to have a conversation about this film. And I hadn't seen it in a very hot minute. So I said, man, I'm going to watch that. And then I couldn't find it anywhere on anything other than like a rental on Prime or whatever it was. And I said, fuck that. I'm going to go buy myself a copy, watch it, own it forever, and then have a legitimate, well thought out discussion about this film, you know? And then Azuric for the original Xbox. You just gotta, you know, my collection, I was missing it. I was like, why don't I have this? I thought I had it. I fixed that. Now I do have it. Only on Xbox, you know? Anyway, long story short, You know, long story short, we're getting over here. You know, we're going that way. You just watch Spider-Man Brand New Day and enjoy. Oh, cool. Well, I hear a lot of people are enjoying it. You know, make sure you buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out so that you can own it forever if you want to. All right, let's go over this damn desk. You know what I'm saying? Let's get over to this damn desk. It doesn't matter. Not even going to explain what I did or didn't do. But okay. I'm going to slide over here. We're at the desk. We're at the drawing facility. All right. I didn't zoom my camera back in from last night's J. Scott Campbell Artist Edition shenan. But you'll have to do with it. I think I can move this stuff out of the way a bit more, though. So it's less in your way. All right. All right, we're just going to start slapping. I'm going to slap some ink. I'll throw some ink on things. We're going to move this very sticky eraser. Oh, I should move you guys over here so I can see you. You're blathering, blatherskites. And I'm on live chat. Good. All right. So what are we doing here? What is a young... Oh, and we've got this dragon fruit and mango Arizona iced tea original. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know? So yeah, we're just gonna get in here. We're just going. Gunslinger spawn. You know, something different. Figured I'd come in here. I wanted my brush pen. Where you at? Hold on. Wait a minute. Ain't right. Hold on. We'll pull one of these Bimoji. Now, oh man, Sumo, you missed the Munjay. Kenneth, a young Kenneth Rocafort was in the stream. We were talking about all kinds of image paper quality madness. You know, Roke, aka Rocky, was here. You know, it was a packed house, and you didn't come, Sumo. Thanks, pal. Thanks a lot. You know, thought we were friends. Here we are. You know? You also missed the Danger Girl video as well, I know. I am aware. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I was keeping track of who was and wasn't here, but I paid attention, you know? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I see how it is. I see that other people got better things to do with their time, supposedly. I see. You know? So I was like, I guess I'll make a mental note, you know, of who to put in my death note. You know what I mean? You know? But yeah, it was good. It was a good stream. Lots of fun. How did, like, this, the disgusting level of comment here, where I'm not a filthy inker. That's just not cool, you know? I have it on good authority that no one likes inkers. You know? That's just how it is. I mean, let's be honest, like, you know, just how it is. They add light and shadow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. They're not artists, they just add light and shadow. We're not even real human boys. You know what I'm saying? And I think you do. But yeah, as per usual, hopefully you're all having a good night. Maybe it's a better night now? I don't know. You know? You know, it is, listen, it is what it is. You know, I'm not here to throw justification or praise towards inkers, you know what I mean? Why would I do that? You know? You know, is anybody coming in here, you know, pouring one out for the inkers? I don't think they are. You know? Yeah, listen, I don't think anybody sleeps anymore, you know what I mean? It's like, what the hell? Do 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 do. I'm kind of going all over the place here because I'm trying to not touch anything that I shouldn't touch, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have 5,000. I probably have 300, maybe, something like that. I don't know. Not a crazy amount, but, you know, a number. Okay, now. Yeah, I guess you're going under. Do 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 do. Do do. Yeah, he's definitely a blankaholic. I for one don't have the space for it, and two, it would be very easy to just buy blanks all the time. And so I've just kind of been like, unless it's something that's like really like special, and I go, ooh, that looks cool. I would like to do X or Y on that. I don't bother. So that's the way I've been looking at it. I'm just like, you know, and a lot of times I've been seeing some of these like different colored blanks and stuff like that, and I go, no. Nope. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Let's get in here. Solidify these chunks. Right, because you get drawn. I still have a few. Do 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 do. Finger on the trigger. Do 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 do. Yep, 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 and yep. Oh, he's got his little cigarette. Oh, do. His little jacket. Good old Rio. Pull this up here. Could be doo-doo. Okay. Now this is where his shoulder is. It's like weird, I'm seeing like things like when you think about it that I'll have to do after the fact. With whiteout. Alright, gotta be careful here because I got smoke and billowy tassels of his gear. Make sure that's not. Okay, caller time. Exactly. Exactly. Everybody's super hype. I'm telling you. Remember you're there, Smoke. Do 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 do. Let's see. Before I get lost in the sauce here. Okay, caller. Gotta make sure. Do 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 do. Okay. Now this is all hidden under here. Okay. Give his coat. Riveting. All right. Let's add a bit more. Put it under here. Hey, Angela, what's going on? Do. Okay. All right, let's go. Get these stupid little hands in here. Yeah, pull. Thumb. Pulls up in. Yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good night, you know, because that's how good it's gonna be. Do. Do. Oh yeah. And go up here. Since I have like 37 lines. Put the little trigger finger in here. And everybody's hands are on the trigger. This one, because he's got a revolver, you have to do the barrels. They're hidden behind his hand, so I can't do them. That one goes there. See, this is where you get spunky. We're getting like a side angle of the barrel. Mm. This one. Double Linzer. The Cold Pockets meme. It's a good question. Okay, now I'm trying to distinguish my own drawing here. Shoulders down. I'm gonna fill this in. Fill it with white. This here. Do 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 do. All right. Where was I at? I have to pull this down so it doesn't look so obvious. Where's it at? Black that in, and then I'm gonna hit it with the colors. Okay, so we are. I don't think I'm missing anything, but the smokes. The smokes. Yeah. The smokes. These guys are all supposed to be little skulls. Hey, have a good night. Do 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 do. Where? Oh, where? There it is. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Green. Now, I need a piece of test. See if this is the light. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I'm gonna do the grays first. I'll do the grays first. Do that last, like a good boy. Oh, where was that? There it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I do like these acrylic pens. They're very good. You know. Let's get in here. Blam, blam. How's that looking? It's popping. It's popping. You like this ink job, A1? You're a fan? Okay. Now I have weird music in my head. Wow. All right. Cover those and let the coverage be the depth. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to go take a nap too. Alright. Alright. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh. Darken that too. It looks very bright. Hold on. See if it's this light. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks very orange, but it's actually red. Oh, we dimmed it a bit. There we go. Do do do. Yep. Okay, now I'm just gonna fill this in, all fun like. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna keep doing that red. Where is my good new white marker? Oh, there it is. There it is. There we go. Okay. Now, get in here. Okay, that should give me the coverage I want. All right, cool. Let's continue. Me either. You know, me either. I have never read Gunslinger Spawn, but I picked up a couple Scorched and Gunslinger Spawn and some blanks. I just got a bundle from a guy. And I was like, oh, I'll grab these. gonna go to the colors. Am I going to the colors? That's green. I'll finish the reds before I start doing dumb shit, I guess. Shelf beside me is getting accidentally hit mucho times. There's the purple. I was like, where you at, perp? Okay. Got that red first. In the Spider-Man movie, Peter calls himself Maynar, and an ad for Dobie Gillis played showing Maynar with Dobie. And I was like, look, it's Spider-Man. Really? Interesting. I see. Alright, let's get in here. Finish this up. Well, we're only about an hour in. We're alright. We're alright. No matter if this is done or not, I will be stopping at the 2-hour mark. 2-ish. 2-ish hours, you know? Get up here. Then I'll either finish it on another stream or just finish it offline and post it. There's definitely going to have to be some zhuzhing, I can tell. I'm gonna see if the black goes in a bit. Oh yeah. Okay. No worries there. Okay. Oh yeah. That little bit of acrylic black pops. All right, cool. Sometimes you're not sure how it looks on the screen till you look over at it and you're like, oh, okay. It's popping. But then I gotta go in and do a bunch of layering. See, this is why I don't like painting anything. I should just do things in black and white. But you gotta do so many layers and funk around with it, you know? I'll drink more of this delicious dragon fruit mango Arizona iced tea. That's right. I lost a viewer by drinking iced tea. I watched it go down. I watched it go down a viewer. Oh my god. Incredible. That's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. Alright, let's get over here. Get in and get all this. There we go. Alright, I had to adjust the old hat. Oh my god. It's a good thing this is acrylic paint and it just goes over. It just slipped right out of my hand. Do. See, it's a good thing that's paint. You can just paint over it. No big. Wish these were longer. They're like petite. They're like petite in my hand. And not ideal. You have to hit that spike with a highlight so it stands out. Well, that other viewer came back. Nothing else was on. So the drinking of my iced tea was again tolerable for them. Right? I get it. I get it. Okay, we are however many layers. What kind of background am I going to put? You know? Guess I'll finish. Also annoying that Sharpie has not put out all their colors in the brush tip. So some of them you have to use with the bullet tip, and that's no bueno. You know? Nobody likes it. You know what I'm saying? And I think you do. I think you do. Especially you, A1. I think you know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, that's the purple. I'm looking for the gray. Monsieur? Monsieur? That's the black. That's the gray. There we go. Right, I'm just putting the gray down to build highlights on top, because he's essentially black. You know, as far as his color scheme goes. I'm just trying to solidify the colors. You know? Make it cleaner, more poppy. That kind of thing. I guess I should hit it with more of that perp. Actually, no, I think I'm going to put this background in, and then I can put all my smoke on top of it. No. Hold on, where's my rough piece? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see, do we have a blue? Blue pink. Oh, let's go with this lighter blue. This Moby. You're gonna. That's not covering very well. We might go. You're gonna cover. I don't care. They'll take a few passes, but you're getting covered. There we go. I'll let it dry, and it'll cover. All right. The good thing about acrylics. You know? All these guys are getting covered. It's cool. You know? Just how it goes. All right, we'll fill all this in. Where did I set you? So it'll probably make my life easier. Do that first, and then I'll probably do this first to lighten that up. So when I go over it, that blue doesn't keep making some green. You get actual yellow. You know? All the tricks. Hey, what's going on, Sumo? How are you doing since last you were here? How is it, you know? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What happened to the Oakland A's? Did they die? Did Sumo kill the Oakland A's? Is that where we're at now as a society? That Sumo's out here destroying sports teams? Like, is that what happened? Damn it, Sumo. What's this? Vancouver Grizzlies became Memphis Grizzlies. Poggers are never champions in Memphis. Joins the Raps and Canada, gets a championship. Gains function the A's. Like gain of function research is what ruined the Oakland A's. Damn, I had no idea. That's crazy. How was I even supposed to know that? How was anyone? Damn. Is that Fauci got another one? You know what I mean? Like, damn. Only in baseball can you be a chubby player? All right. That's fair, Sumo. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I could join the WNBA. You're right, A1. You're right. I could be the prettiest girl in the WNBA. Why limit myself? You know what I mean? Why limit myself? You know? These are the real questions. Like, why? Why would I limit myself that way? I can be a Chad. Hold on, I gotta open something here. I'll look at my referrals. And by reference, I mean like a piece I drew a while ago. I was gonna do something with, but never did. But now I'm looking at it now. This one. Alright. Go over here. And then I'll look at the eyes. Hold up. Wait a minute. And live stream. All right, here we go. You know what I'm saying? This is all what you demanded, what you asked for. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna lay this base green layer down. Because it needs to happen at some point, and then I just layer over it or layer under it anyway. You know? That's it. Oh. Then I gotta hit so many other layers. And then layers of layers. Right? And then I'm gonna be like, well, do I wanna just like... You know, kind of do that. Where do you go? It's what's so, like, annoying about this kind of process is it has to be just layers upon layers. You know? You'd think the yellow would be easy to find. I literally just had it. See, look at that green, gone forever. Or blue that was making green, I should say. Pigments are funny. You know? Okay, so that's green. The green and yellow over here where I can see them. Do. Alright, I'll return that to full. It's Speaking of layers, I'm gonna grab some Oreo cookies. Damn, Oreos. I hear what you're saying. You're talking about getting double stuffed. You know? I'm not sure if I approve of that lifestyle, Simo. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the last year, around this time, I streamed the Venus Sumo. You know, it's like the women's once a year thing. It was on, and I don't know if I should stream it. They did it in a really weird way. That's gonna make it like hard to stream in a friendly way. Let's put it that way. Well, okay, so here's the thing, Snark. They have, like, last year when I streamed it, I intentionally streamed it from the university leagues to the university collegiate stuff. And for some reason this year, they have, like, all the, like, elementary school, juniors, all mixed in. Matches were back and forth, and so I couldn't stream a block of like the collegiate university stuff without getting intermixed with some like 8-year-old sumoing. You know what I'm saying? And so I was kind of like, I don't know if that's a good thing to do. You know? Right? Like, I intentionally was like, yes, the female sumo, the Venus. It's a Sumo Venus tournament. And so I'm thinking about streaming it, but I have to go back and see if they have blocks that I can format it properly. That's all. And I'm clearly one of the only, like, the few people who streamed it, because I think I'm like the second or third option that comes up for it when you look for it. No, yes, exactly. I do not want to stream children or young girls and have people saying inappropriate things. It's fine if they're adults and they're in university and you can call people grimace and you can do whatever, but I'm not so keen on it being like, you know, two 10-year-old girls sumo wrestling, and you know, I just like to not do that. That's all, you know. But if they're in college, you know, and we decide to call one of them grimace, that's fine. I have no problem with that. You know. So last year it was very easy for me to stream that section, and me and Shelby streamed that for like 5 hours or something like that last year. Right? And so I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind doing that again. And then I was glancing through a bit of it because it was like on, and I was like, you guys have a weird format to it this year. I'm not sure if I can stream this. That's all. You know? You know, like I will make fun of grown men all day long. I'm not interested in people saying weird and inappropriate nipple twisting based comments around children. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Sumo. So if I can find a way to either download the stream, like record the stream, and just have the adults going, I'm gonna do it at some point. But if it's like really like way more trouble than it's worth, I'm just not gonna bother. But it was funny, like Grimace Abinana, aka Grimace, came out of that, and that was funny. So yeah, you know. Yeah, no, I don't, like, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't have any interest in, you know, doing any kind of child-based content on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope. Not a thing that I'm gonna do. Yep. Oh, yeah. 100% need more detractors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm just not interested in it being taken out of context or, you know, just people not being able to be adults. And so I'm like, I'm just going to avoid that. You know? Listen, she can be 10 all she wants. I won't be doing it. Yeah, it's going to take multiple layers to do that. Do. All right, what time we got going on here? All right, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. I'll keep going for a bit here. I am gonna bounce. Should get some more shawish in there. Do I, in my satchel, what a lighter? It's like a yellow. Getting some highlights on this. Wow, why is that going on so watery? Multiple layers, multiple layers. Just gotta get used to it. And yeah, some of the stuff goes on so thin and so soft. You have to work around it. All right. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. There's only no. Never mind. I'm not even gonna do it. No. Nope. You think everyone wanted to jump ship from Hardline yesterday? Why? What, is there some kind of drama that I'm unaware of? Damn, it's going for the scientific angle. Wow. Wow. Thought everyone loved science, though. Oh, it was just painful? Oh, okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Just painful. All right. You know, you never know, right? Like, you don't know who's suddenly like a Cenobite. You don't know who did what. You know, whose love is real. You know, all that kind of stuff. You know, how can one man know all the goings on? You know? Yeah, like, I mean, there's only so many hours in the day, and B, a lot of people stream about stuff that I just don't give a shit about. So it's like, okay. Q. You know, catch me with that some other day, I guess. Listen, sometimes, you know, I'll watch a stream. I'll say, what's going on? Everybody in the stream sphere, right? I'm not necessarily opposed. But, you know, sometimes you say to yourself, I probably could do something better with my time, you know? Nerdrotic when he solo streams. Okay, this is, I was like curious if this was, any of this was coming through, but it seems to be weird. Alright, we got some popping happening there. I'm gonna have to hit some more layers and shades and pulls. How does it look on stream? Looking over at the thing. I suppose it looks fine. It's going to need many more layers to actually build up to, you know, something more textured looking. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It might not be tonight, but we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like to rant. You know what I mean? It's a good time. Right? Just like this. I don't know if we're going to do it on my channel or Noah's, but we're going to do like a breakdown and review of conspiracy theory. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts. You know what I'm saying? And so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. It should be a good time. You know? I think this yellow is going to end up being like a base coat. And then I'll do a darker shade over it with some lights. But it does pop nicely. The red does pop with that yellow. Very nicely. And then, one of these days, whenever I want to get a bunch of it, like, done, like, at least, I'm going to say somewhere in the 8-ish pages, maybe more, before I start showing off that gem comic thing that I'm working on for fun. just because I think it's hilarious. You know, when some people can't even get their own books out. I'm just going to do this side gem book for fun. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm not going to say who. I don't know if they'd want me to say. But they were saying that you could do small batches of like certain things if it was like a very small print run, like what they would consider like a boutique print run, and you couldn't really get sued for it. Like it's like a little boutique printing. I think it's like under 100 or under 150. I have to look at it. But I think it might be worth looking into. Just to kind of be like, hey, we're doing this weird little thing. I don't know if I'm going to cover this up or not. We'll see. I might fully cover it. But yeah, it's gonna take many layers. Because you gotta wait for the paint to dry, and then you gotta texture over it, and then you gotta do other colors. You know? I get why people only do black and white on sketch covers. Makes your life so much easier. Yeah, like, well, that's the thing too, right? There's certain like thresholds, like if you're like mass printing something, you know, obviously some like a company is going to come after you, but like if you're doing something like kind of, you know, bespoke just for a small print, there's certain things you can get away with legally. And so I'm going to look into it. Like, I mean, otherwise, I might just, like, bootleg it. And, you know, not officially do whatever with it, but, like, you know, give it away for free, either on my website or, other places, like, you know, like Tapas or Webtoons or something like that, and then do a small print and just kind of, you know, sell it under the table, so to speak. Because it's just for fun, and like my interest in it, like, it's one of those things where it could attract interest, and somebody could be like, oh wow, I didn't actually think there was a market for that, right? Or, you know, the other side to look at it is like, oh, you know, if a company was to send me a cease and desist, it would mean that there might actually be some kind of like room to do something with it. You know? Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Like when you go to a con, it's like how many vendors are just like selling Pokemon art or whatever, right? Like, oh, I've got all these prints of Pokemon and Resident Evil or whatever, right? And like, you know, or when people put out sketchbooks or art books or whatever, and it's like all copyrighted characters, but it's kind of, there's like a legal fair use kind of gray area situation that happens there. You know, just kind of how it is. Yeah. you know. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me in kind of at my 2-hour mark here. I'll either do more of this tomorrow on stream, or I'll just finish it off stream and, you know, post it to my community tab posts, or, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, there'll be more art streams and stuff like that, you know, and finishing pieces and all this fun stuff, you know, all this good stuff, you know, these sexy ladies, you know, things like this. What? You know, all kinds of fun. All kinds of fun. But yeah, guys, gals, friends, Romans, countrymans, we're about 50% complete. You know, there'll be many more paint passes of acrylic pens. And, yeah. I'm gonna swing over here, say goodbye to you properly. You know? Like a real human boy would. 'Cause that's what I am, guys. I'm a real human boy. You know? Just how it is. You know? But yeah. Conspiracy theory. Review. Conversation. Thoughts. And what's interesting about this movie, Conspiracy Theory, is that it was hitting on a lot of conspiracy theories before they were well-known conspiracies. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it brought up things that people were like, what? And then they looked into them and were like, those are real things. They came up to be real before they were part of, like, the cultural zeitgeist, as it were, as far as some of the stuff that's in here. So anyway, either on this channel or Noah's channel, we're going to do a sit down and talk about this film. Sometime soon, I'll have to figure out when Noah's good for it, because he's, you know, he's got a job now, he's got school, he's got all this other stuff. He's an artist, you know, and so scheduling, sometimes tough, you know. I'll put you guys back over here so I can say au revoir. Yeah, listen, I'm telling you. Physical copies of things, right? Got this in the mail today, got this in the mail today. Enjoy physical media. Look at it all surrounding me, covering me, my gorgeous body. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Buy everything, own it, you know, own real things. But so they can't take them away from you. Or they can't edit them. That's the other thing too, right? They took Trump out of Home Alone. They took things out of The Simpsons on the streaming channels. They took things out of South Park. Episodes completely off all the streaming things. You have to own the DVD or the Blu-ray to even see those episodes anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying physical media, super important. Don't let people rob you of A, your cultural history, and B, your right to ownership. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. See you later. Bye.
How can that be?
I don't bloody well know, woman.
Women.
I don't know, you and me are like Coke and icy. Coke and icy. Together, two and two, it will become yummy. Oh, so yummy. You want me, make you happy. I need you right now, hug me. Love is okay, but not in a homo way. No homo. I know this sometimes, see, we do talk like a baby. Talk like baby. Finally, I know this, you love me like you love mommy. Love your mother. Coca cannot live, I see. Love you like sugar daddy. Motherfucker, love is okay, but not in a homo way. I am not
Japan. I got the Japanese, maybe order some Chinese.